The hallway was loud enough to drown every thought, but you still heard your heartbeat, the nervous kind that had one person's name written all over it. Jungkook. He stood just one locker away, running a hand through his hair like he wasn't the reason half the school stumbled over their own feet. You pretending to focus on arranging your books, pretending was becoming a skill. Because today you had hope. The annual Inter-School Academic Expo was announced. Team of two, high stakes, better college applications. And for once you wished he would choose you. He admired your brain, he said so before, when you both worked in a few projects together in the past. From there it all began. You smiled to yourself just imagining working late again, laughing over equations, quietly falling more in love. Old memories slapped you. Group projects in the library where he noticed you were cold and silently handed you his hoodie. Late night calls where he explained formulas because you panicked before exams. The time he walked you home after you twisted your ankle, even though Julie was waiting for him at practice. Those moments felt like something until Cookie, her voice cut through your hope like it always did. She bounced over, practically glowing. Did you see the expo announcement? We have to participate. He didn't even hesitate. Yeah, I was actually gonna ask. You froze. Maybe, just maybe he would ask you, or maybe planning to ask you, but then you can help, right? Julie gasped dramatically. Duh, who else would you ask? I'm literally stuck with you. He chuckled, soft and perfect and devastating. Thanks. She hit his arm playfully. Stop with this thank you. I'm always here when you need me. Exactly, you're always the one I need. She smiled. Your hand stopped mid reach inside your locker. The only girl he needs. The words were casual, but your world wasn't. He needed someone loud, carefree, and always shining beside him. That wasn't you, not even close. You blinked fast, staring down at your textbook. The one you studied nights for. The one you hoped would make you worthy enough to stand next to him. Julie suddenly noticed you only because you were right there. Oh, sorry, we were kinda loud. You forced a polite, painfully polite smile. It's okay. Jungkook finally looked your way, his gaze soft as always, warm without trying. Hey, good morning. You swallowed the lump in your throat. Morning. It came out small, not weak, just controlled. Julie tugged his arm playfully. Come on, Cookie, we need to register first. He let himself get dragged but looked at you again before leaving, or maybe you imagined that. Because why would he look back when he already has the only girl he needs? You closed your locker slowly, not crushed, not broken, just aware. This was one sided, and if you didn't step back now, it would hurt more than you could handle later. So you made a decision with all the strength you owned. You were done hoping. The bell rang, ending another boring math class. Students rushed out, but you stayed seated, packing slowly, pretending everything was fine when your heart was still aching from yesterday. Yesterday, when he said those words to her. Who else will help me? Exactly, you are the only one I need. You thought maybe one day he would see you like that too, but clearly you were wrong. You adjusted your backstrap and was about to walk away when the teacher called your name. John Jungkook and Ryan, you both always score highest. Bring me something flawless. The moment Miss Han announced the team for the history project, your heartbeat dropped into your stomach. A few snickers, some jealous whispers, you froze. Jungkook looked normal, casual, like it was no big deal. He smiled slightly when you looked at him. Of course, he doesn't know your heart breaks every time he looks at you with those clueless eyes. Submit it as soon as possible so we can finally show it to the class, okay? You both nodded. When the bell rang, you were still stuffing your book slowly, trying to avoid him, but Jungkook didn't give you the chance. He walked straight to you. Hey, so library today? We can decide how to start. His voice still did that butterfly thing. You tried to keep your eyes on your notebook and not on his stupidly perfect face. Yep, sure, whatever. He frowned a little. He could tell you weren't being yourself. Are you okay? You look annoyed. Why would I be annoyed? I'm fine. You weren't. Jungkook steadied you longer than usual, but he didn't push. Okay, then let's go. You both came out of the class and were walking toward the library. You maintained a distance from him, and he was about to say something when she came again. Jungkook, we are having donuts in the cafeteria. Come with us. He smiled, polite, not flirty, but it still stabbed your heart. You stood there, awkward and invisible. Jungkook noticed you looking away, like you couldn't stand watching him with her, like you were jealous. Julie glanced at you with mild confusion. Oh, Wayne, you're here too. He forced a smile that even a blind person would know was fake. I'll go. Come to the library when you're free. You walked out immediately before your chest exploded. Julie watched you leave in shock. What happened to her? Did she just call you to the library? Are you two doing something again? But Jungkook wasn't listening to her. His eyes were glued to where you disappeared. History project. I have to go. See you later. He didn't even wait and rushed toward the library. Julie blinked, stunned. What? Did something happen to this guy? Jungkook came at the door and saw you sitting by the window table. You sat down with your back straight, eyes on the printed papers like they were the most important thing on earth. He entered quietly, no footsteps, but you felt him arrive. That annoying heart of yours knew. You didn't look at him even once, just pushed papers toward him. These are timeline references. You'll handle the introduction part. You didn't stutter before he heard the change. Jungkook didn't pick the papers. He was just staring at you hard. You finally glanced up. Your eyes met, burned, and you instantly looked down again. Jungkook's voice was soft and careful. Does it bother you when I talk to Julie? Your breath caught. Why would it bother me? She's your friend. I don't care. Then why are you suddenly ignoring me? I'm not ignoring you. Jungkook leaned forward. Then look at me and say it. Silence fell. Of course you couldn't, he whispered. Why do you? Before he finished, you finally looked up. Your eyes were already glassy. We are here to do work, Jungkook. I know, but you stay silent or ignore me. Like I'm someone you don't want around. How can we work? I just want to know that if you You interrupted. Yes, if you want to hear it, then yes, I liked you. His lips parted in shock, but it's just one sided love, so there's no need to bother. Jungkook blinked, speechless. He had no idea, not even a guess. You you stood up instantly, escaping before tears spilled. I'll finish the rest at home. Do your part. You walked out. He called your name once, twice, but you didn't dare look back. He followed you out into the hallway. Suddenly, he grabbed your arm. Both of you froze. Quickly let go, his own shock visible. I didn't know that. You don't have to know. It's my problem, not yours. You turned, but he blocked the path. Just one step closer. Why and wait, listen, we can talk. You met his eyes, hurt and tired. There's nothing to talk about. Without another word, you walked away. He watched you leave, chest tight, mind spinning, and his heart confused. And for the first time ever, Jungkook didn't know what to do, but he didn't give up. He ran behind you. Wine, let's talk. Chose the quietest table by the window. The sunlight made everything feel too honest. Jungkook sat across from you, still catching his breath. He's there, you didn't. Wine, please tell me, why are you avoiding me? Your fingers curled tightly under the table. I already told you, I'm not avoiding you. You don't sound convincing at all. You stayed silent. Your silence answered everything. He exhaled, not angry but heart hurt. Wine, did something happen? Did I do something? Your jaw clenched, a flare of pain shooting through your chest. You didn't do anything. Then what is this? You walked away earlier like you couldn't stand being near me. When you still wouldn't look, he softened. If Julie said something or and that was the final push. Your eyes finally lifted, filled with all the pain you had swollen alone. Julie didn't do anything. You did. His breath halted. Me? You nodded once and steady. You said she's the only girl you need. Jungkook's confusion cracked into realization, instant regret, instant guilt. You barely hold your voice. I thought maybe you would ask me for the expo. He swallowed hard. You kept going, but you didn't think of me at all. You didn't hesitate. You didn't even look around because she was already the only choice for you. Your voice shook, but you did not. That's when I realized it's just me, only me who gets affected, only me who falls apart when you smile, only me who. You hesitated, the truth tasted sharp on your tongue, but he deserved it. Who loves you? His eyes widened, speechless. You looked away, protecting your last piece of pride. Silence fell again. The cafe clock ticked too loudly. Jungkook finally dared to breathe. Ryan, if I say I feel the same, will you believe me? Your heart slammed inside you. You shook your head, refusing blind hope. You don't. You are just overwhelmed. You feel responsible now that you know. Jungkook immediately leaned in. His eyes looked fierce. No, I'm not saying it out of guilt, and it isn't something I realized now. He took a slow breath, letting honesty settle. I didn't know you felt this way about me, and I didn't ask you for the expo because he hesitated, embarrassed. I wasn't sure you would ever be interested in something like that. Whatever projects we did together, we got them handed over by our teachers. We never worked together by choice, so I didn't think you would want to. Her eyes widened, disbelief flickering. What? Jungkook looked down at his hands, voice quieter. I didn't want to bother you with whatever this thing is between us. That's why I asked Julie because I knew she would help. I'm sorry you feel that way because of me. You laughed, a tiny broken laugh. Jungkook, Julie has been with you your whole life. You swallowed hard. She's the one you turn to without thinking. She's the one who understands you best. Of course you would choose her. You tilted your head away, trying to breathe through the tightness in your throat. And me, I'm just some girl who got paired with you for a few projects. Jungkook's expression instantly hardened, offended on your behalf. Don't say that. It's the truth. Jungkook shook his head, leaning in so you couldn't look away. She's a good friend, but you are the girl who always pushes me to do better, who makes every project feel exciting, who actually listens when I talk, whom I don't just see as a friend, but someone I want to spend a future with if I get lucky enough. Your lips parted, caught off guard by the sincerity. Trust me when I said Julie was the only girl I needed. He winced. I didn't realize how that sounded or how it would hurt you. You dropped your gaze again, voice soft but firm. I didn't expect you to choose me, Jungkook. I just didn't want to be invisible next to her, and I'm scared what if that wrecked him. He whispered in pain. You were never invisible and will never be. He leaned closer, voice trembling like he was finally scared of the truth. You just never looked long enough to see that I was staring back. Your breath hushed, eyes met, silence but not empty. They were emotion, understanding, fear, and hope. He waited, giving you the space he had taken for granted before. You held his stare for a second too long, long enough for hope to hurt again. You looked away first. Maybe you think you feel something, but feelings like these, they don't happen suddenly. Jungkook leaned back slightly, trying to understand you. It took me months to fall for you. Do you really think you figured yours out in 5 minutes? He didn't get offended. If anything, he looked more determined. I'm not asking you to suddenly trust me. I know it's not easy for you to trust my words for now. His voice was low, thoughtful, not dramatic. I'm asking for a chance to show you why you should. You bit the inside of your cheek, emotions flooding again. Words are easy, Jungkook. Then I'll do something harder. His chair scraped softly against the floor as he stood. Before you could question him, he came around and gently knelt beside you. Your heart lurched. Look at me. You didn't want to. You did anyway. His eyes, so close, held zero hesitation. I'll prove that you are not just someone I got paired with. He reached up, fingers barely brushing your wrist. I'll prove that you matter to me. You couldn't breathe, not because I feel guilty. He shook his head firmly, not because I'm confused. He took a small breath, but because I like you, Ryan. I've been liking you, and I didn't know how to say it, but I just can't stay sane when you ignore me. His voice softened even more, careful like you were fragile glass he refused to crack. If all you're asking for is effort, I'll give you all of mine. You blinked, tears threatening, but you held them back. You weren't going to melt so easily. Why now? Jungkook didn't flinch. Because today you walked away like you gave up on me, like I did something that hurt you and I couldn't stand that. He swallowed hard. That scared me a lot. You clenched your hands on your lap, grounding yourself. What if you change your mind tomorrow? Jungkook stood slowly, but instead of going back to his seat, he sat beside you, close, too close, close enough to feel his warmth and every intention behind it. Then I'll prove it again tomorrow. His voice dropped to a gentle promise, and the day after that, and every day until you finally believe me. Your heart cracked, not from pain this time, but from the terrifying possibility of happiness. You finally faced him fully. What exactly do you want from me? He didn't hesitate. You, however, you'll let me have you. For the first time since this conversation started. You didn't feel alone in your feelings, but your trust was a locked door, and he knew it. He offered his hand slowly. Let me start with something small. You stared at his hand. Trust didn't bloom instantly, it shook. You placed your hand in his, cautious, fragile. He intertwined your fingers carefully, like he had been waiting to hold them for a long time. Jungkook whispered, "Thank you for giving me a chance to prove it. And for the first time, you let yourself hope."